Hi. So, I wanted to tell you guys a story about how I got to my first 100 subscribers, which is super exciting. I found out this morning that I got to 100, which is great. That was a milestone for me. And I hope my next milestone is 200 and 500 and 1,000. And when you think about it in reference to 1,000, even 1,000, or even 200, 100 doesn't really seem like that much, but it's a lot to me. And while you guys get to know me as one person, that's easy for you. I get to know all of you. I get to know all 100 of you, which is pretty special. And let me kind of quickly, I can explain why that's important. Just kind of follow me along with this. It's a little bit of a science thing. I'm a science guy, so I got to give you a little science from time to time. There's this guy that goes by the name of Robin Dunbar. He created this thing, basically this theory that it's called the Dunbar number. You can look it up. It's pretty much everywhere. So he came up with this whole concept that the relation between a primate's neocortex, the size of it, and the social groups that they're in, and the amount of people that they can have within there. So the larger the neocortex, which has to do with it's like cognition, motor function, things like that, speech, language, spatial awareness, stuff like that. And that's and the neocortex has it's a large part of the cerebral cortex, which has to do with memory, largely. Memory, thought, thinking, things like that. It kind of makes us us. So what he said is that the larger the neocortex is, the larger the number of people that you can have a really close relationship with. And the average size of ours kind of allows for around 150. That's the Dunbar's number, is 150. So what he's saying is that while social media kind of allows this number of people that we know to be within the thousands easily, at least on my Facebook, I know lots of my friends, they have thousands of friends on their Facebook account. I have like 400 or something like that. Even that I could whittle down if I really wanted to, but I haven't. I used to have 1,000. Now I whittled down to, over time, kind of around 400. I'm okay with that number. That's fine. But the amount of those people that I have a close relationship with is probably close to around 150. And basically what he's saying is that if you were to invite 300 people to a bar or something, for example, and you were to go around and speak to each one of these people, on average, around 150 of them is the amount that you would be able to recall something further than their name. I could think of more than 150 names, that's fine, but I can't think of more than 150, or an average of around 150, of what their kids' names are, what school we went to, or school they went to, rather, what their favorite sports team is, some small, intimate detail about them, and be able to have some sort of deep, intimate conversation with them about their lives, my life, and just life in general. I wouldn't be able to do that past around 150, and that's about the average for a specific person. So 100 is 2/3 of the way there. So it matters to me. Such a small number like 100 matters because, like I said, you get to know me, but I get to know all of you. And if you guys think that I don't have, or I haven't gone to every single one of your pages, of the people that have subscribed to me, then you're wrong. Because I want to know you in some sense. I want to know that, I want to know the people who are interested in watching my videos. I want to have some sort of detail about you because that's kind of important. That's kind of part of the reason why I'm doing this in the first place, right? You want to have some sort of connection and relationship with people and provide some sort of entertainment or information or something along those lines that's going to give, that's going to allow you to relax in some sense. We all have stressful lives. So being able to learn some sort of new information so you don't have to do it, and watching somebody else be able to give you the information, like in my channel's instance, I give you information on tech, and I try to help you make better purchase decisions. Well, that's the primary goal. But it's also just to give you guys something to kind of take a break with. So that's why I try to make my videos as entertaining as possible and put like some decent editing into it, in order to make it entertaining for you in some way. And I hope that I'm doing that in some way. I'll get better. Like, don't worry. Like, I'll get better as I'm learning how to do all this stuff. Like, I mean, I literally started doing this like 2 months ago. So there's kind of something to be said to less than 2 months ago. Actually, I think it's been like 48. Yeah, 48 days. 48 days. I had 48. In 48 days, I got 100 subscribers, which I think is pretty damn good. Anyway, I started this very, very late January. And to be able to get to this point is fun. I want to do this stuff because I'm currently in school for physics at UCF. Eventually we'll go on to planetary science, and I was going to go on to like astrophysics, which that's a passion of mine as well. But I already got like gray hair. Like, I don't need to be in school any longer than that. Like, getting your master's in planetary science, astronomy, that kind of thing is good enough, I think. But I wanted to start this because I wanted to have some sort of additional skill that might be able to translate into a different level of hireability for somebody like me who's a little bit older going into the job pool where there's going to be 22 to 24-year-olds competing with me. There's real concern about that type of competition with these people. So initially, my original thought was, one, my student loans are accruing pretty quickly, and I wanted to be able to figure out some sort of side income, and I figured YouTube was a good way to do that. It does take a long time to get there. It's going to take a lot longer than I originally anticipated, but it's fine. I'm kind of in it, so I like it, so I'm going to keep going. And originally it was for monetization of some sort, and originally it was to gain some sort of skill for to set myself apart from other applicants. But the more that I've gotten into this and the longer that I've done it, the more that I'm realizing that this is just such a powerful tool just to help you in your life. To be able to be part of some sort of community, some sort of larger community like YouTube, even a smaller niche community like tech reviewers, it has brought a really specific type of joy to me. It's a creative outlet. The stress of everyday life that I have to go through with schoolwork, I work regular job as well, maintaining the relationships that I have, especially with my now fiance, soon to be wife, which is fantastic. Happened pretty recently. It's all really stressful, and you have to try to keep a brave face on. And a lot of the times I don't do that. I do suffer from depression from time to time, something I've always kind of suffered with and had to deal with in some way. I'm not always the nicest to the people that are closest to me, and they're very tolerant of me. So this has kind of helped me figure out how to how to corral and manage my stress, because I'm a flawed person. So it's easy for me to get stressed out. So I'm trying to do better with that, and this is kind of a way to do that. And it's a really good creative outlet for me to kind of, lose myself in this fantasy of YouTube, lose myself in this world of creating something for you guys, which is kind of the point of doing this in the first place. I can't even remember where I was going with this. See, this is kind of the thing, is a lot of my videos are very highly edited. I do this a lot. I pause in my thought. My brain goes a million miles an hour. I constantly have ADHD. So what that means is that basically my brain has a million thoughts going on all at the same time, and it's hard for my mouth to catch up. So a lot of times I kind of a lot. So I highly edit my videos. And in this video, I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be personal, to kind of give you guys a little bit of a view into my life, my personal life, because you decided to invest just a little bit of time into me. So let me quickly kind of go over what it takes to do this. So I'll kind of go over like what I do like every day of the week. So Wednesday, I have my schedule set up that Wednesday through Sunday I work. and I work in the day. So I mean, I get off typically around like 3, 4, that kind of thing, at the latest. But it's an early day. I go in there at 7 o'clock. I wake up at I'm a crazy person because I wake up at 4 a.m. most days, 4 to 5 a.m. most days. And originally, this isn't a new thing. This isn't just because of YouTube. I used to do this all the time, and I just like being awake in the morning. I like being able to spend that time to slowly start my day. I like to be able to spend that time to be alone and be alone in my own thoughts, prepare myself for the day. And there's something to be said about being awake and doing work, whether it's on your life, like things that you're going to do during that day, even going and working out, or just getting work done while other people are sleeping. So you gain some sort of advantage doing that. And whether that's true or not, that's a very famous quote from Mike Tyson, of all people. He said that he liked working out early in the morning because he liked being able to he liked feeling like he got a leg up on his competition, that he was working while they were sleeping. And mentally, that would give him a advantage. And I heard that, and coming from a guy that is so prolific in his sport, and despite what you want to think about him personally, he's kind of a silly guy. He's been in the movies, he's the Hangover movies, and he's kind of a silly dude. He's kind of a strange guy, but his work ethic speaks volumes. I mean, he's, as far as I'm concerned, he's the greatest of all time in boxing. So I kind of take that into my own life, and I wake up early for that reason. So, I mean, you don't have to do that. Obviously, you can find time other places, but since I've been doing YouTube, when I wake up at 4 or 5 a.m., I get to work, like, right away. So, Monday, I go to school. Tuesday, I do school. On those days, I have to manage school, homework, and video, YouTube. I have to manage, I write my scripts, which, despite what anybody tells you, the best thing to do is to write some sort of script, because I did that in my first couple videos and they turned out terribly because one, it took all day. It took all day because I'm sitting here like doing this and I'm pausing and I'm pressing the stop and go button because I'm just fumbling. I don't know what I'm talking about. It lacks direction. If you don't plan these kind of things out, that's a huge advantage. Is just plan your videos in some sense. Get some sort of guideline. Understand what you're going to do. Understand that you need to shoot B-roll for this kind of stuff if you want to have that type of production. Understand that you need to have some sort of even feel throughout your video to create some sort of storytelling for people, and that's what's going to really hook people. Is you have to tell a compelling story in some sense. In my instance, it's tech reviews. And so I kind of need it to flow. I need it to visually look interesting. I need what I'm saying to you to offer some sort of value to you. I need to create good content for you. I need to be knowledgeable on what I'm speaking about, because a lot of these things, I have a pretty general knowledge of a lot of technology, but a lot of the stuff I really don't know a lot about until I decide to make a video about it. And usually that's a couple weeks out. And I obsess about learning everything that I possibly can about it and try to become as much of an expert as possible, because I can't tell you what to get and what to buy and help you make a better purchase decision unless I know if I would buy it myself and why. So that's Monday and Tuesday. Usually I usually shoot my videos, edit my videos within those 2 days, typically. Sometimes it goes a little bit longer. Wednesday, work and schoolwork. Thursday is work and schoolwork. Friday is work and schoolwork. And Saturday and Sunday is work as well, and I try to spend as much time as I can with my fiance. So during the week is kind of hectic. The weekend's always tiring. And if you're not in my kind of situation where you're kind of juggling these 3 things, or 4 things in my instance with a relationship, you have to spend every amount of your free time, at least initially, obsessing about YouTube and about your creation and about the people that are going to be watching and about the people that are going to be taking their precious time out of their day to watch you. And that's important, and you shouldn't take that lightly if you want to take this whole thing seriously. I decided to kind of go all in with this as far as my passion is concerned, as far as my focus is concerned, about 3 weeks into the whole thing, because I was kind of testing it out in my first couple of videos. I felt okay about doing it. I wasn't really sure how it was coming across to people. And then the third weekend, I started seeing like, a couple views here and there. And I started gaining, a following on social media. I started gaining, especially Instagram, which takes a lot of work, by the way. That's not easy, like at all. It's all about engaging with people and constantly commenting, constantly liking, constantly following people, and just trying to let people know that you care about what they care about. So maybe they should care about what you care about. That's kind of the whole concept behind social media. And you should care. That shouldn't be false. You shouldn't just do these kind of things kind of falsely, because people can tell after a while. Initially, you might get away with that, but people can really tell if you're fake. So I really decided to go all in about 3 weeks into it, and my subscribers were like 20, 15, something like that. And over the course of the next couple of weeks, they started steadily growing. And also I made friendships through YouTube. I now can call a guy, this guy DJ. He's got his own YouTube channel, DJ Tronuk. Which I'll actually put a link. I'll do that. I'll put a link in the description. Why not? Down below, so you can check out his channel. He's a really nice guy. Also, this guy Justin Bravo, who he has a vlog channel. It's really good, like really good. Like pleasantly surprised how good it was. And I'll put his channel down below as well. And you're gaining these kind of like friendships, whether they're loosely or new friendships. Or ones that you've been kind of talking to for a while, and eventually you might be able to collaborate with people, because the whole concept behind YouTube is that you're trying to help everybody else, and that's what kind of makes it special. Is you're able to create something for everyone, and everyone should be able to create something for you in some sense. It's not like the rest of the world. The rest of the world, at least what it seems, that everybody's kind of out for themselves, and the most successful are those who are out for themselves. Altruism seems to be kind of dead in a lot of ways. I mean, I don't think it is. I don't want it to be. But there is kind of a movement of like effective altruism, of basically giving your time and your energy to other people to help them be successful. And through that whole circle, you will eventually have it come back to you as well. And that's kind of what YouTube is. That's kind of why it thrives. So if that's something that you want to be a part of, great. I always will recommend that you do that, because YouTube is huge and there's room for everybody. I'm convinced that there's room for everybody. I mean, I'm proof positive of that. I have such a small channel, and there's so many tech reviewers out there, so many. And so many have millions of subscribers and multi-billions of views across all of their videos. So it's pretty intimidating to think that you could be a part of that larger pond. And you can't. There's always an audience. Mine's small. It's only 100. But it means a lot. And to go back to it, yes, this is for monetary gains. I'd like to be able to turn this into some sort of side income, if not a full-time income, at some point in the future. But it's become much more than that. And it's become about you guys. And just having something in your life that's going to give you some sort of creative outlet, and give you some sort of altruistic purpose for the things that you do day to day. It's changed the way that I think about communities. It's changed the way that I think about a silly app that most people will look at cat videos on, or like I get like, oh, by the way, I get super obsessed with like cute elephant videos, like people like cuddling with like animals and stuff like that. Like I go down a deep rabbit hole of cute animal videos. But it's more than just that. It's a larger community. So, in the interest of the community, thank you.